I asked a couple of the San Diego Padres before the game tonight, are you worried that you'll play scared in this game, being down 2-0, knowing you just can't go down 3-0? They said no way. And this is one of the reasons. Sterling Hitchcock.
Fastball in on the hands of Tito Martinez, popped up to the middle infield, and Kilby O'Veras at second. No grand slam tonight.
Not yet. David Cohn, though, has not given up a hit. Scoreless game, 6th inning. And Hitchcock takes the pitch outside for a ball. The San Diego Padres have left only 2 base runners on. 1 in scoring position. Nobody's gotten beyond second base. Look at this. Still believe this. The 2 pitchers have singles in this game. The first hit off David Cohn is a single by the opposing pitcher.
Well, maybe the Padres hope this will give their offense a lift right down the middle. Sterling Hitchcock, unlike David Cohn, has been hitting all year, but pitchers generally do not hit that well. Like I said, any hitter would take that base hit.
He's 8 for 52. Will he bunt? Brosius way in at third, with Kilby O'Veras, the leadoff batter, up. Tim Flannery, the third base coach. There you see Brosius. He's expecting a bunt. Kilby O'Veras has grounded out twice. Scoreless game. Not showing bunt. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Tim Flannery, the third base coach, was a player on the 1984 team. Bruce Bochy was too.
I have the feeling that he should be bunting right here. There it is.
Took it up high. 2 ball 1 strike count on Kilby O'Veras. Again, you've got a pitcher running.
But once again, the pitchers had more experience on the bases, so I'm sure that somewhere along the line this year, Sterling Hitchcock's had to slide and run the bases.
Doesn't bunt. Wow, 2 balls 2 strikes. So Bruce Bochy took the bunt sign off.
Well, the way these pitchers are going, you got to feel that the team that scores first jumps way into the driver's seat. Big advantage.
Veras had only 1 sacrifice bunt the whole year, none in the playoffs. And he was worried about that one. He thought that might have been strike 3. Kilby O'Veras turning around to take a look at Dale Scott. When a hitter does that, he's worried.
Well, he thought it might have been high enough that he got called strike 3, but it was down a little bit low.
3-2. Walked him. So the Padres get the first 2 on, just as the Yankees did in the top half of the inning.
You know, I wonder if running the bases affected David Cohn. You have to expend some energy running the base. You don't have to do that in an American League. You sit down and wait for your teammates to score, then you go back on the field and pitch. You never hit, never run the bases.
And now this place is going to go nuts because their hero Tony Gwynn is coming to the plate.
Plus a man who can hit the ball just about anywhere he wants to. That's the Gwynn Bills.
2 on, nobody out. Tony Gwynn, their best clutch hitter and best hitter overall. Outside for a ball. He hit .316 with runners in scoring position this year, one of the lowest numbers in his career in those situations. But is he ever dangerous? Graham Lloyd, Mero Mendoza in the Yankee bullpen. Tony Gwynn, base hit into right field. Not a big start for Hitchcock. He'll score. Over to third, Veras. Gwynn gets the RBI. An errant throw. He goes to second, and another run scores. 2-0 Padres.
This will go as a run-scoring single for Tony Gwynn that will score Hitchcock. But from this point on, here's where the Yankee defense failed. Paul O'Neill getting the ball back in, doesn't throw it to anyone in particular. The ball goes right over the mound. David Cone was backing up home plate into the dugout. The ground rule will allow the runner following Hitchcock to score. Rivera scored. Gwynn goes to third.
Greg Vaughn. Gwynn not going with the infield in. Derek Jeter. That's a big out. A big out. Greg Vaughn retired 0 for 3 in the game. His job was to get Tony Gwynn in from third, and he didn't do it. Gwynn will be credited with 1 RBI. The other run scores on the error charge to Paul O'Neill. The infield will stay in. Ken Caminiti walked and called out on strikes. 1 down. A 2-0 lead for the Padres, who came into this inning without a hit off David Cone, and it was their own pitcher who ignited this with a leadoff single. Sterling Hitchcock. Delivery. Hit in the air, center field. Tagging up. Bernie Williams way back. Reaching out, makes a fine catch. Gwynn tags up and scores. Sacrifice fly. 3-0 Padres.
Caminiti gets the job done. In game 2, it was the Padres making the mistakes. In game 3 here in San Diego, a mistake by Paul O'Neill might have cost the Yankees 2 runs.
Tony Gwynn congratulated by his teammates, getting the RBI and the hit, and this is a fine catch by Bernie Williams.
Long way out there to that 405 sign. He hauls it in over the shoulder, but the damage has been done.
2 down. Bases are now empty. Wally Joyner has walked and popped out. Down low for a ball. So the Padres get a lead here in game 3, 3-0. Two ball, 1 strike count on Joyner. There's a man who's just trying to regroup. Sterling Hitchcock battling through that 6th inning. The bases were loaded and he got out of it. Then he comes on here and starts the inning out with a single. He's pitched 6 scoreless innings. Starts the 3-run rally by getting the first hit. 3-2. Man just doesn't know what failure is. Tony Gwynn grounded towards first base. Nice play made. Martinez to Cone covering, and they get the out. We have seen some gems defensively in this game, but in this 6th inning, the San Diego Padres pick up 3 runs, 2 hits, an error. Tony Gwynn with the RBI. The O'Neill error. 3. David Cone pacing, finally sits down here between innings. Mel Stottlemyre, the pitching coach, just to settle him in. Not all his undoing for those 3 runs they got. Major League Baseball returns to the land of the rising sun next month as Slam and Sammy Sosa, strikeout king Curt Schilling, Red Sox phenom Nomar Garciaparra will lead the Major League All-Stars against their Japanese counterparts to the '98 Japan Tour. Tokyo, Osaka, Fukuoka, November 6th through the 15th. And the pitch taken by Scott Brosius for a strike. In Japan, check your local broadcaster for the time and date of Major League Baseball's tour in your area.
Well, now it's the Yankees that are running out of time. They're down to 9 outs. 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And a lot of people might tell you they're down to 6, because in that 9th inning, you'll see Trevor Hoffman if the Padres maintained his 3-0 lead.
It's a big inning right here for Sterling Hitchcock. If the Yankees could get to the San Diego bullpen right here, they've got chances. But if Hitchcock can work his way through this, San Diego's in a much better position. And Ken, you and I were talking with Bruce Bochy today before the game. He would use Hoffman for 2 innings if necessary in this game.
If something started with one pitcher in the 8th, he would come on and try and put out the fire with Hoffman.
1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scott Brosius, even the outs are hard against him, and Hitchcock knows it. Brosius got a single off him and then was robbed of a hit by Finley, who hauled one in. Brosius continues to hit over .350 in the postseason. Breaking ball in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sterling Hitchcock has been the savior so far in the postseason. For Dave Stewart, whose starting pitchers were so good during the regular season, Kevin Brown has struggled here in the postseason. Hitchcock's gone 3-0. 3 starts, 6 innings once, twice he went 5. 3-2 deep to left field, way back. 370 mark. Goodbye home run. Scott Brosius. What a season he is having. It will not stop. And the Yankee third baseman puts them on the board. It's 3-1.
Now Brosius has 2 hits tonight. He was robbed of another one by Steve Finley. Here's the delivery on the payoff pitch, and he was waiting for it. Hitchcock, as soon as he saw it make contact with the bat, he knew where it was going. He wasn't getting that baseball back.
3 postseason home runs now for Scott Brosius. Hitchcock, who gave up 29 during the regular season, gives up 1 here. And that is the first home run Sterling Hitchcock has given up in the postseason. And Brosius nailed it. 3-1 game, 6 hits for the Yankees. That one's hit hard, left center field. Finley going, won't get it. That'll take a hop off the wall. Spencer on his way to second base, and 2 hard hit balls here in the 7th inning will bring the potential tying run to the plate.
I think what you'll see here is somebody come over and talk to Sterling Hitchcock, try and slow things down a bit. The pitcher in the bullpen is ready as Bruce Bochy is going to come out to the mound.
He's going to make the move. So Sterling Hitchcock, as happened virtually all year, once he gets through the 6, he gets in trouble. And Shane Spencer rocked that one.
Solid line drive towards the gap in left center field. One hops the wall, and a home run and a double have knocked Sterling Hitchcock out of the ball game. But he leaves with the lead.
Six-plus innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. San Diego up by 2. Great ball game here in San Diego. Julie Croto joining us at field level again here in this World Series. Julie?
Gary, this is a perfect example of how the World Series makes it difficult on an American League manager. He no longer has a DH. We see Chili Davis is up, and also Posada. He's decided to take Cone out of the game. Back to you.
Yankees threatening to get this ball game tied up. On deck circle Davis, Randy Myers up in the San Diego bullpen. Managers now have to play some games, and Jorge Posada will be the pinch hitter for Girardi. Against the right-hander Joey Hamilton, who did not. That one in the dirt, gets away, and immediately down to third goes Spencer. Kenny, you just got through saying he can be wild.
He can be wild. Joey Hamilton led the National League in walks. And Gary, you mentioned the fact that he's made 3 postseason appearances as a relief pitcher, but during the regular season, Joey Hamilton's a starter. Fastball in the dirt. I think the combination of Hamilton and Leyritz, who is not known as a good defensive catcher, allows Spencer to move over to third base.
So Spencer over. RBI opportunity for Jorge Posada. It's a pass ball. that allows Spencer to move over to third.
Yeah, that was a catchable ball. Wild pitches or pitches in the dirt.
Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Nail biting time for both these teams. 3 runs in the 6th inning for the Padres. Yankees have answered on the homer by Brosius to make it 3-1. Then the double by Spencer, who moves over to third, and Jorge Posada, the pinch hitter against Joey Hamilton. In the dirt again. Tough stop made by Jimmy Leyritz.
That time he got to it, got the body in front of it, came up with it on the short hop. That pass ball allowed Spencer to go to third and would allow the Yankees to pick up a run without a hit on a fly ball. Sinking fastball. Joey Hamilton's a sinker slider pitcher, and Jim Leyritz, good fundamental footwork on that play, making it.
Posada's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter in the postseason. 4 for 20 overall with 2 home runs. Spencer off third. 2-2. Got him. Jimmy Leyritz got shaken up on that play. May have gotten hit on the backswing of the bat on the side of that catching mask. The strikeout, though, will retire Posada.
Well, it's a low fastball, a sinker that Posada will chase out of the strike zone. There's the follow through, and it did get him. It didn't look like it got him on the head, maybe on the shoulder, as the follow through is completed on the swing. Shoulder or arm. Jim Leyritz then reaches and tags Posada for the out. Yep, if that does make contact with the catcher.
Chili Davis will be the pinch hitter now for David Cone. Jorge Posada retired as a pinch hitter. Runner at third base and 1 down. So Cone leaves, having given up just 2 hits with 3 runs, 2 of them earned in 6 innings. A 3-1 game. Fouled off, strike 1.
Low ball pitcher against a low ball hitter here. Good matchup. Joey Hamilton with the sinker. Chili Davis likes the ball about thigh or knee high.
Dave Stewart, pitching coach, watching Hamilton. A huge outing for Joey Hamilton. 28-year-old right-hander takes a look at third. Outside with a fastball, 1-1. So with Hamilton pitching, kinds of tells us the answer to the question we didn't know before, and that's who's going to start tomorrow in game 4. Graham Lloyd, Ramiro Mendoza both have been up for the Yankees for some time. They're both ready for Joe Torre. 1-1. This down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Kevin Brown suffering from the flu and a sinus infection. A questionable start tomorrow, particularly after Davis hit a ground ball up the middle on him and caught him in the shin. The Yankees' bottom part of the order has been outstanding in this series. Bearing in mind the pitchers, of course, were not hitting in the first 2 games in New York. Kind of changes the bottom part of the order and takes the DH out.
Well, it moved Brosius up to the 6th spot in the order tonight. And usually he is batted in the 7th, 8th, and 9th spots. And we've seen what he's done tonight, a single and a home run. There's Andy Ashby on the bench.
Game 2 starter loser. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Spencer off third base. Davis a ground ball towards short, cut off. No, Caminiti couldn't get it. Davis will reach. Yankees get the 2nd run, and it's 3-2. Cam Caminiti, once he missed it, he had blocked Gomez's view. And if Caminiti couldn't play it, Gomez wasn't going to get a chance. Homer Bush will come on as the pinch runner.
Here's that play, and let's see what happens with just underneath the glove of Caminiti. And as you said, he blocks Gomez, and this will be an error charged to Caminiti. It's an error, but Chili Davis will be credited with a run batted in. So the Yankees have closed to within 1 as Caminiti makes his 2nd error in 3 games, and he might have had one before this tonight on a play that was called a hit.
He has not had a good World Series, not at the plate, not at third. Bruce Bochy talking to the home plate umpire Dale Scott.
And it hasn't been a pitching change. It's been just a catching change.
Wow. Well, that's what you were talking about. Jimmy Leyrit's not noted as a strong defensive catcher, trying to catch Hamilton, who can be wild. There's Homer Bush, who during that delay had time to work the kinks out down the right field line as he loosened up. So the speedster's on at first base. Hernandez will do the catching, and Hamilton will stay on pitching.
Well, Hernandez, I wonder where he was in the back warming up, because he's not allowed to throw to get ready. This should be interesting.
Homer Bush with great speed at first base. Ball won by Joey Hamilton. A 3-2 ball game, and for both these teams, what started out as a defensive gem has had a couple of kinks in it. There's Jimmy Leyritz, who just came out of the game. That's a tough call for a manager to make that move right there and then, but you're out here to win, and he feels he's got a better chance with Hamilton pitching. Keep things under control. Bush with a big lead at first base. Fastball missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes on the leadoff batter, Chuck Knobloch.
Hamilton has not yet thrown over the first base. So Homer Bush has not seen a move. And I think one thing the pitchers, something that happens is when they think about a speedy runner too much, they don't make quality pitches to home plate.
Runner not going, and a strike of the knees. While Jimmy Leyritz threw base runners out at only a 14% clip, Hernandez throws them out 30% of the time. So almost double what Leyritz does against base stealers does Carlos Hernandez.
And that's about the major league average, 29-30% for catchers. Anything over 30 is a plus.
Fouled off by Knobloch, and that'll even the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Joey Hamilton called on in a huge relief role. The last 5 games, the bullpen has struggled mightily. 18 runs from the 7th inning on in the last 5 games. Wow.
Discussion between Homer Bush and Jose Cardinal. I don't know if Homer missed the sign. Didn't go on the last pitch. Might have been a hit and run that had been off.
1 down. Bush continues to have that huge lead at first base. 2-2 the count. That will finally get a throw over from Hamilton.
That was not his best move.
Base stealers were 12 for 20 during the year against Joey Hamilton. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bush goes. Big jump. Right field. Gwynn coming. Gwynn can't get to it. Foul ball.
I'll tell you, Homer Bush made a mistake on that play. Chris Gomez and Kilby Alvarez in the middle of the diamond deked him. He didn't look back to see what had happened to the pitch, and he slid into second. If Tony Gwynn makes this catch, all he has to do is flip it back to first base for a double play. Homer Bush does not look back. He slides into second. He has no idea where the ball is.
Fortunately for him and the Yankees, it was not caught. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chuck Knobloch inside. 3-2. Now with 3-2, Homer Bush on at first base. Probably is going to go. In fact, he's probably being told that right now. I think you're right, Ken. I think he did miss a sign earlier.
Yeah, because he went right on the next 2 pitches.
Runner goes. 3-2. Chop foul. Bush will come back. 7th inning. Outstanding baseball game so far. Real postseason pressure. With the Padres having taken a 3-0 lead in the 6th, the Yankees have answered with 2 runs this inning. Sterling Hitchcock, the pitcher of record still. Three-two count. Runner goes. Ball 4 way inside. Hamilton surrenders the walk, and the Yankees have 2 on with 1 away. Now they get to the meat of the order, and Dave Stewart on the bullpen phone.
Shortstop, Derek Jeter.
Well, they have a left-hander warming up in the bullpen, and that would be for Paul O'Neill, the next hitter. That's Randy Myers warming up in the pen. They're going to leave the right-hander Hamilton in to pitch to the right-handed hitter Derek Jeter. But Jeter drove in 84 runs, a career high this year, and had a career high 19 homers.
Hamilton with 106 walks during the regular season, as Kenny mentioned, the most of any pitcher in the National League. There were 113 runs scored against him. That's the 8th most. Dan Masilli gets up the right-hander to join Myers. So Hamilton pitched with a lot of people on base, gave up a lot of runs. Jeter's on. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Strike one.
Yankees with great speed on the bases in Bush and Knobloch. And Jeter runs very well, too. Here's the last pitch. Looked like a hanging slider. Jeter was going for the home run.
0-1 pitch. Jeter lines it off the glove and caught by Gomez. Double play. A huge defensive play for the San Diego Padres. Saves at least one run and ends the inning. The flip to second for 2 by Gomez leaves it. A 3-2 Padre lead. The excitement of World Series baseball, where every moment under the pressure cooker gets highlighted, including the inning-ending double play.
Well, the fielder's playing towards the middle of the field, trying to turn 2. They get it in an unusual way.
Grounded towards second. Knobloch up with it. Steve Finley is retired on one pitch from Graham Lloyd out of the bullpen.
The second baseman and shortstop in double play situations play a little bit closer to the bag, so they can get there quickly and turn to double play. Instead, they get a double play on a line drive that almost went through the middle. Chris Gomez just flips it back to second, and the Yankees bench is deflated after the double play.
And Graham Lloyd is out. We didn't even have time to see him. There are the Padres celebrating. 1, 2.
And Torrey goes to the bullpen again as Lloyd departs and Mendoza comes in.
Want to remind you, we will be right back here in San Diego tomorrow. We hope you'll be along to join us. It'll be
4 1/3 innings, a strikeout in 2 games. Good sinking fastball. A lot of ground balls with Ramiro Mendoza on the mound.
26-year-old who comes on as the 3rd Yankee pitcher. This Yankee bullpen, Yankee pitching staff for that matter, has been outstanding postseason. 3-2 game. Padres lead just 1. Mendoza gets the strike in on Carlos Hernandez, who will get his first at bat in this game.
Yeah, the Yankee bullpen had 13 consecutive scoreless innings in the postseason until they gave up 2 runs on Sunday to the Padres as the Yankees won 9-3.
Swung on and missed. Strike 2. We have mentioned before out of Panama the Riveras who have been shown in this game. We wanted to say hi. Mendoza will wait here. We have had Mariano and Ruben Rivera involved in this World Series, 1 for each team. 60 relatives, the largest family in the village in Panama where they are both from, watching, and we welcome you on our coverage here of this '98 World Series. Mendoza gets the job done in a hurry right there. Strikeout, 2 down.
That's Randy Myers, who is warming up in the bullpen, and it looks as though he's going to come on and start the 8th inning with Paul O'Neill leading off for the Yankees. So that's why he's continuing to throw, despite the fact that his team is up at the plate now and taking their turn at bat.
Tough decisions for Bruce Bochy because the bullpen's let him down. A chopper by Gomez is a base hit into left field. Spencer up. Gomez thinking of 2. Here's the throw. Spencer on the money. He's out of there. They put him in for the bat. A little added plus. from Shane Spencer, who went over, got it in foul territory, and made a beautiful throw to second base to deny Gomez the double. Padres are retired. This is what the World Series is all about. We've completed 7. Game 3, Yankees taking the first 2 in New York. San Diego leading 3-2 as we go to the 8th inning in San Diego. And the veteran 36-year-old left-hander Randy Myers, acquired from the Toronto Blue Jays on August 6th. Second time he's been with the San Diego organization in his career. Myers comes out of the bullpen. Paul O'Neill takes it down low, ball 1.
Well, Myers had been one of the better closers in the major leagues the last few years, but with San Diego, with Trevor Hoffman upon the scene, Myers is relegated to a setup role.
And a big setup inning right here that he's trying to get through. He falls behind on Paul O'Neill, 2-0. That's the man San Diego wants in the game, because it means they've got a lead. Number 1, number 2, they're probably going to keep it if he gets in. Their closer, Trevor Hoffman.
He's warming up in a hurry, too.
Myers gets in trouble here. He'll be on. Paul O'Neill with a 2-0 count. Myers in with a strike. O'Neill has faced Myers a number of times, 3 for 11 off this left-hander. Myers acquired for this purpose right here. The reason they went after him was to strengthen their bullpen, to get big outs in the postseason. None bigger than the ones he's trying to get here in this 8th inning of Game 3.
Now the signal that Greg Booker uses to the bench here. Now the bullpen can be seen from the dugout. He usually waves his hat to the dugout when the pitcher is ready.
O'Neill will step out. Paul O'Neill at 286 off left-handers, 6 of his 24 home runs off lefties. Tony Gwynn retrieving the beach ball and getting it out of the way.
Be interesting to see if this is the only man that Randy Myers faces. Bernie Williams, of course, is a switch hitter. Would the Padres want to turn Bernie over to the left side?
3-ball, 2-strike count. Myers does not want to put that potential tying run on in the form of anybody, much less a leadoff batter here in the 8th. O'Neill, Williams, and Martinez due up. Myers, a relief pitcher throughout his career, works out of the stretch. 3-2 delivery. O'Neill takes it and he's on. So Myers does not get the all-important leadoff batter, and Paul O'Neill is on with a walk.
And this is what having a switch hitter will do to a manager. Make him pace, and then he's going to make the move.
And you're going to hear a roar in San Diego because Trevor Hoffman has been their star all season long. And when he comes on, they play a song called Hell's Bells. It is loud. It is heavy metal. It is the music he wanted to be played when he comes in. He's going to take one more toss in the bullpen. And here comes Hell's Bells. A double switch has been made here. Sheets has come on to play short with Gomez coming out of the game. Sheets will bat in the number 9 spot in the order. And Trevor Hoffman coming on to pitch will bat in the 8th spot. That's a double switch. 2 players coming on at the same time to protect the batting order. 3-2 Padres lead. 8th inning. O'Neill at first, Williams up, and a strike on the outside corner.
Now people might say, what is a double switch? You mentioned protecting the batting order. Sheets batting ninth will lead off next inning. Hoffman will bat eighth. He bats in the spot that was Gomez's spot. Gomez made the last out, so you'll have to go to 9 hitters before Hoffman comes to the plate.
Missed up high with a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Those are things you don't see in the American League.
Because you have the designated hitter in the American League. You can change pitches all you want. There's never a change in the lineup because they're not hitting. Bernie Williams, 1 ball, 1 strike, 0 for 3 in this game, 1 for 11 in the World Series. Outside corner again, and Williams didn't like either of those called strikes.
Painted to the corner for strikes with good fastballs. Great matchup. You have a batting champion against a man who led the league in saves.
Only one pitcher in baseball history had more saves than Trevor Hoffman's 53 this past year. That was Bobby Thigpen of the Chicago White Sox back in 1990, who had 57. 1-2 delivery. Williams takes the changeup away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Opposing hitters just did so little off Hoffman. It was unbelievable in the course of the year. First batters he faced went 8 for 62. A 2-2 fastball. Bernie Williams, right field. Tony Gwynn backing up. Warning track. Feeling for the wall. Doesn't go that far. Big out. And Bernie Williams has had only 1 hit in the World Series. A home run. Almost had another.
I don't think Bernie got all of that pitch. I think it got just a little bit in on his hands, and that's why he wasn't able to get the good wood on it and drive it out of the ballpark. Maybe it was out on the end of the bat. Excuse me. So he drives it pretty well to right field, but you see Tony Gwynn trying to feel for the wall and makes the catch just short of the fence in right field. Off the end of the bat by Bernie Williams.
The city of San Diego stopped breathing for about 2.1 seconds. Strike. Tino Martinez.
Well, you can understand why when the Padres were making a deal with the Florida Marlins that sent Gary Sheffield from San Diego to Florida. They said there would be no trade unless Trevor Hoffman came to San Diego.
Made their season. He may be the Cy Young Award winner in the National League as the best pitcher based on the regular season numbers. The one thing he didn't do very much, pitching more than 1 inning. Although that's not fair. 17 times actually is quite a bit for a closer to come on and work more than an inning. 1-1 count. Just missed. Hernandez framed that pitch, held it, thought it should have been a strike. 2-1.
This is what Gary was talking about. Watch him bring that ball back just enough. Those umpires, you can fool them sometimes when they see that glove move. You don't get the call. They know what you're trying to do. Move that ball back into the strike zone.
2-1 the count, 1 down. O'Neill at first. Off speed change up in the dirt. Did he go? No. Jerry Crawford at third helping out. Said he did not go around. 3-1.
To this point, if you're sitting on the bench like Chuck Knobloch is and watching Hoffman work, he hasn't really gotten a changeup over the plate for a strike yet, and that's one of his better pitches. So maybe that's one pitch that isn't quite on tonight, and you can look for maybe lean a little bit more towards the fastball.
3-1 count, 1 down. O'Neill leading the inning off with a walk off Randy Myers on at first. And he walked him. And the Yankees have 2 on and 1 down here in the 8th inning as Trevor Hoffman gives up the walk to Tino Martinez.
Padres are kind of opening the door for the Yankees here with the base on balls. The leadoff walk to O'Neill. Now with 1 out, Martinez's walk. Now I know they're 2 tough hitters, but you still got to throw the ball over the plate, and you're bringing up the hottest of all Yankees.
Scott Brosius with a chance to add to his highlight reel.
Last inning, leading off the inning, he got a 3-2 pitch from Sterling Hitchcock and lost it. 397 feet to left center field. And that was the Yankees' first run of the game.
He's had a single and been robbed of a hit his first at bat. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. Dana DeMuth at first. One down, one strike count on Brosius. Yankee ball boy has been their lucky charm. Traveling with a team from New Jersey, his home. Breaking ball in the dirt. Hernandez, where is it? Out in front, so the runners cannot advance.
2 off-speed pitches in a row to Scott Brosius.
There's Ricky Leday in the on-deck circle. He would be pinch hitting for Spencer. Shane Spencer, the left fielder. Yankees have had 9 base runners in the last 3 innings, but have scored only 2 runs. They have had chances. San Diego's living dangerously here. San Diego leading at 3-2 in the 8th inning, but the Yankees threatening. Brosius, 1-1 in the dirt again. Hernandez plays the bouncer. 2-1.
It looks like 3 changeups in a row. 1 had him go around for the strike and 2 in the dirt.
Hasn't pitched in a week, Kenny.
Yeah, that's true. And a couple of changeup. The changeup is the pitch that is one of his better pitches. It's not really working.
Bruce Bochy, as Dave Stewart, the pitching coach, goes out. Bruce Bochy, the manager, was telling us usually when he is off, doesn't pitch for 7 days in a game, that he's still. Chad Curtis, who can also play left field on the bench. You saw Ricky Leday, who can play left field, coming out on deck. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Hoffman grounded to third. Foul off Brosius's bat. 2-2.
Scott Brosius last year with the Oakland A's had a terrible season. Came over to the Yankees and just turned his career around. Said last year this time I was sitting home eating pizza watching the World Series.
Now he's eating pizza after the World Series. He hit .374 with runners in scoring position, the 5th best number in baseball. Brosius, center field, got a lot of it. Finley back, 405. Good ball, home run! Unbelievable! Scott Brosius having a monumental year. Delivers a home run off the game's best saver, Trevor Hoffman. And the Yankees have taken a 5-3 lead. The 2nd home run in this game for Scott Brosius. 4 RBIs.
Well, we told you he's the hottest of the Yankees, and when you open the door with the base on balls and set it up for him. Well, we've talked about set-up men out of the bullpen. Paul O'Neill and Tito Martinez were set-up men with the walks. And maybe Scott Brosius was the closer.
Ooh. A shot heard around the baseball world. Ricky Leday, the pinch hitter. The Yankees have scored 3 runs on 1 hit here in the 8th inning. 2 walks and a Scott Brosius homer. His 4th postseason home run and 2nd in this game off Trevor Hoffman.
Remember, I mentioned Hoffman had only given up 2 home runs all season long. When a closer gives up a home run, it has a tendency to really hurt because he's either in there with men on base or in a tight ball game.
And as that quieted San Diego.
Here's a look at it. A walk and then a home run. Finley back. We've seen him make some great catches tonight. That ball is over 405 feet away from home plate.
Leday to second. Gilby O'Barris. 2 down. If there's an MVP of this New York Yankee team in the postseason, it is becoming clearer and clearer. that man is Scott Brosius.
Well, a lot of people feel he was the MVP of the regular season. That pitch was right there, right down the middle. And you see his reaction.
2 down, nobody on, and Jorge Posada has only had 1 at bat, struck out. Trevor Hoffman charged with 2 of the runs. Randy Myers charged with the other. And Bruce Bochy, not much else he could have done. Trying to win this ball game. He got Myers on to try and get O'Neill. He didn't get it done. Then he and Dave Stewart, the pitching coach, had made the decision. In fact, before the game, they told us Trevor Hoffman would be used more than an inning. That was their game plan. And a base hit up the middle. Posada's on with a single. And the Yankees have their 9th hit of the game. And the 2nd in the inning off Trevor Hoffman.
Well, what did his teammates think of the ball as it was hit? Now they're going to get up and watch and hope. And maybe. Wow. You saw Shane Spencer say, go, go. Yeah, it's gone.
What a huge blast by Scott Brosius.
Going from hitting .203 last year to hitting .300 for the Yankees this year. And how about being a free agent after the year is over?
Loving that.
Yeah.
Timing is everything.
Now, Joe Torre's not going to pinch hit for Ramiro Mendoza. He's going to hit. He wants him to get through the bottom of the 8th inning, and then the Yankees can turn it over to Mariano Rivera if the lead is still there.
Yankees trying to go up 3-0 in this World Series. No team has ever come back from that deficit to win.
They're kind of laughing at the swings of Ramiro. Of course, American League pitchers don't hit very often. I don't think Ramiro had a bat during the regular season. Whoa! Hit
the ball. Played by Sheets over to first. Mendoza retired, but the Yankees weren't. Scott Brosius delivering what may be the defining blast in this 1998 World Series off Trevor Hoffman. A 3-run homer. And the Yankees, with 3 in the 8th, now have a 5-3 lead. San Diego, a ballpark that had been rocking a few minutes ago, isn't anymore. Trevor Hoffman, who had been all but unhittable, wasn't in the 8th inning. The home run by Brosius being watched by the Padres. Sterling Hitchcock on the left, the starting pitcher, now non-decision. And the manager, Bruce Bochy, nonplussed.
Inability to get the changeup over the plate. His changeup really sets up his fastball.
Andy Sheets, playing at short, will get his first at bat. He came on in the double switch and defensively replaced Gomez. He's batting in the 9 spot. Gilville Veras and Tony Gwynn against Mendoza. Swung on and missed by Sheets. Slider away, 0-2.
Mendoza not really a strikeout pitcher, but has excellent control and gets the grounders. You saw his effort earlier in the postseason, and that's why the Yankees didn't trade him. There was talk that he was going to Seattle in the Randy Johnson deal, which never happened.
Sheets had only .242 during the regular season. He had only 194 at bats. Did hit 7 home runs. He's a bench player, pinch hitter, infield reserve for the Padres. 2-strike pitch is up high by Mendoza. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's the first ball that Mendoza has thrown since he's come in the game. 8 pitches, 7 strikes, 1 ball.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Padres need base runners now. Grounded down to third. Played by Brosius. And Sheets retired, 1 away in the 8th inning.
Now Brosius has given the Yankees a great glove over at third. Derek Jeter marvels at the fact that he hadn't had to make many plays to his right at shortstop because Brosius covers so much ground to his left. Brosius has also covered a lot of ground in that bottom third of the Yankee order. Without the DH tonight, he had to move up to the 6th spot in the order. He was right on time twice in the order.
2 home runs, a single, and could easily have been 4 for 4. Steve Finley made a great catch on him in center field in his first at bat. Gilvio Veras, 1 strike count. Veras, oh, that bounced up and hit him in the face. A foul ball off the dirt and came up and caught him maybe off the bill of the cap, maybe underneath it.
And when a ball comes up this violently, it usually means it hit home plate. It looks like what it did. Came up off the rubberized home plate area and hit him on the side of the head. It looked like it got mostly helmet, so he's okay. You notice the ear flap is on the side facing the pitcher. There's no ear flap on the other side.
That one to left center field by Veras, hit pretty hard. 370 mark. Gilvio Veras, second base. He's got a double. It'll bring the potential tying run to the plate, and who other than Tony Gwynn.
Now Joe Torre with the decision, and it looks like he's going to make the same move that Bruce Bochy made.
That's ever.
0.56 career postseason ERA. And like Hoffman, does not give up many home runs. Only 3 all year.
And facing Tony Gwynn for the first time ever. Runner at second base. Gwynn takes the first pitch for a strike. Tony Gwynn has come through in this ball game, an RBI single in the 6th inning. When San Diego scored, there are 3 runs. 1 for 3. 5 for 11 in the series. Gwynn to left field. Deep was Leday, and he won't get to it. Base hit. Ricky Leday was playing very deep on Tony Gwynn, not wanting to give up the extra base hit. Gwynn gets the single, 2 on, 1 down.
The reason I mentioned that Rivera does not give up many home runs is he gives up this base hit to Tony Gwynn, who has been a hit machine for 17 years. 15 consecutive years he's hit 300 or better. Kind of bloops this one in there. The reason why Leday's playing deep, the Yankee outfielders do not want a ball hit over their heads. They don't want to give up the extra base hit. They'll give up the single, but they didn't want Tony Gwynn to get in scoring position where he represents the tying run. So they have the tying runs at first and third.
And the Padres are going to go for the knockout right here. They are taking Tony Gwynn out of the game. And Ruben Rivera, Mariano's cousin. Ruben's on first. Mariano's on the mound. Panama's gone wild. 1 out. Greg Vaughn fouled that one off, strike 1.
A 50 home run hitter at the plate. This has been the best game of the World Series by far. Little suspense in the first 2 games outside of the fact the Yankees scored 7 in the 7th to win it. But the second game, that game was over early. This one's going to be decided late.
He represents the potential go-ahead run at the plate. Greg Vaughn is 0 for 3. He's only had 2 hits in the series, but they've been home runs. 0-1 delivery by Rivera. Foul back. Rivera comes right at him. 94-mile-an-hour fastballs and goes up 2 strikes.
I mentioned Rivera gave up 3 home runs all year. 2 of them in 1 game. But it was one of those games where the Yankees had a big lead and he needed some work. And he gave up home runs to Mike Stanley and Ed Sprague of Toronto back on July 18th. The Yankees won that game 10-3. He also gave up a home run August 14th to Mike Sims of the Texas Rangers, and the Yankees won that game too.
2 strike count. Vaughn 0 for 3 in the times he has faced Rivera. Just stays alive. Foul that one off the top part of the bat. Stays at a 2 strike count.
That one was 93 miles an hour, and maybe Mel Stottlemyre and Joe Torre did not like that cut on an 0-2 pitch. Too much of a good swing by Greg Vaughn. Maybe just going over the scouting report, say, hey, This is what you got to do. He might chase a pitch out of the strike zone low and away. One thing about quality closers, they usually make quality pitches. And this was not one of them. That was much too much to the middle of the plate. And Vaughn had a good swing at an 0-2 pitch.
Mariano Rivera in this postseason, 10 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Facing the home run hitter Greg Vaughn. 2-strike count. Vaughn powers it right field. Paul O'Neill, warning track near it. Makes the catch, tagging up and scoring. Gilvio Veras. It is now a 1-run game. Yankees lead is 5-4.
I saw Bernie Williams hit one off the end of the bat, and it didn't quite make it over the fence. Vaughn did the same thing. Pitch was out over the plate. He got the end of the bat on it, and these guys are so strong they can still drive the ball. See, he had to reach for it, didn't get his best swing at it, and he's thinking maybe, just maybe, but he'll only get 1 run out of it. Watch those guys come off the bench. They think it has a chance. They're yelling go, but instead they'll have to settle for 1.
2 down, runner at first. Ken Caminiti, the batter. Great theater is baseball, and you're seeing it in this game. If there's going to be any kind of redemption for Caminiti, this is the chance, but he limps out of the batter's box. That groin is really bothering him. On that check swing, he turned away and limped.
Anything inside, you really have to turn your hips quickly, and I think that it hurts him in the groin area when he has to turn and really make a quick move with the bat.
He has a sac fly and an RBI in the game, but he's had a bad postseason. Batting just over 200. Couple of home runs in the entire postseason. Couple of errors that have been of major import at third base. But Bruce Bochy's got no choice at this point. You don't take Caminiti out. You don't even have a healthy player on the bench who measures up to an unhealthy Ken Caminiti. 1-1 delivery. Oh, that hurt. Down on the pitch that fouled off his foot. Mercy, he's got to be wondering what is going on here.
Might have got him on the shin. Another slider low and inside. Watch him turn. Oh, that's painful. Self-inflicted. Man.
He's going to need a long off season to recoup physically.
And
2 away.
You know what? This next pitch will probably be right in there again.
Rivera back to first base. One, two down. Yankees leading at 5-4 in the 8th. Win out of the game after picking up a base hit for a pinch runner. And he struck him out, and down he goes. Ken Caminiti continues to struggle. Rivera continues to shine. The strikeout ends the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, a base runner left on. We go to the 9th inning of this game 3 with the Yankees up by 1. Major League Baseball International's presentation of the 1998 World Series being brought to you by MasterCard. Well, we hope you are enjoying this around the world as much as we are right here in San Diego. A great baseball game and a great star. 90 years old. Just celebrated that birthday recently. Milton Berle with a Yankee hat on in the middle.
Uncle Milty.
Uncle Milty, one of the first national TV stars in this country.
That's when TV was live, just like we are now.
Like it. Make a mistake, the world knows.
He didn't make many, did he?
He didn't make many.
That's his grandson sitting next to him.
How great is that, huh? Chuck Knobloch leading it off for the Yankees.
And you saw he had a Yankee hat on. Earlier this year, Uncle Milty was at a Yankee game in Anaheim.
Longtime member of the Friars Club in New York City, which represents a lot of, has a lot of stars, motion picture, television stars, professionals. He's been there forever. 1-1, and the pitch is outside. And if any of you are fortunate enough to be listening to us in Cuba, we can pretty much tell you that both Joe Torre and Uncle Milty have Cuban cigars somehow. 2-1 the count. Got Brosius hero of this game with a home run that's put the Yankees on top. Knobloch takes it up high. 3-1. Trevor Hoffman staying on with the 1-run differential here in the ninth.
Well, Knobloch being his pesky self is ahead on the count 3-1. Gonna have to throw him a strike. You might as well throw it for the middle of the plate and hope for the best.
He did. Rivera started in, has to back up. Rivera stayed on for Tony Gwynn in right field. Knobloch retired. 1 for 4 for Knobloch in the game. There's Mariano Rivera, his cousin. Kenny, you would probably what is the name of the city in Panama they are from?
La Chorrera.
La Chorrera.
Yeah.
As we said, there are like 60 family members of the Rivera family, the largest family in that city in Panama. And they are split just about down the middle on this World Series, but they do watch it together. Makes those some interesting comments back and forth.
What do they have? A line right down the middle of the room?
Down the middle.
Yep. You got Padre fans over here and Yankee fans over here.
And don't cross that line until this is over. Derek Jeter. 1 down, nobody on. Toward short again. Sheets is playing there now. 2 down. If you're looking ahead, Joyner, Finley, and Carlos Hernandez are due up for the Padres in the bottom of the 9th inning. Joyner will lead it off. Finley, who's out there in center field. Then the man behind the plate, Carlos Hernandez. Yankees would love to tack one on here, obviously. They've got 2 out now. Paul O'Neill. O'Neill drew a big walk in the 8th inning. Randy Myers surrendered a leadoff walk to O'Neill. It started the inning. Trevor Hoffman then walked Martinez with 1 down, and both of those walks scored in that inning.
Right at the beginning of the game, we talked about the patience of the Yankee hitters. The Yankees ball club led the league in walks, despite the fact they had nobody in the top 10 in the league, which tells you that everybody on the team is willing to take a walk and set it up for the next guy, and that might have been the biggest setup inning of the year for them with the 2 walks.
The San Diego Padres overall, their staff gave up the 4th fewest walks in the National League. Great changeup right there. That's the pitch we've been talking about. 1-2 count on O'Neill.
But even that one wasn't over the plate. O'Neill was just fooled and swung at it. Now here's a look. Now watch what happens with Carlos Hernandez behind the plate. This pitch is in the dirt. O'Neill, thinking fastball, went for it. You see how far out in front he was.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Fastball is away. 2-2 on Paul O'Neill. Trevor Hoffman giving up that blast to Scott Brosius that has given the Yankees the lead. Now trying to go through a 1-2-3 inning here in the 9th. And O'Neill grounds it to first base. Wally Joyner. Yankees retired in order. So here we go. Hoffman kept it a 1-run game going to the bottom of the 9th inning. The San Diego Padres down to their final 3 outs and down 1 run. A final half inning of hope here in San Diego. But what a mountain to be climbed by the Padres, who trail 5-4 as they lost a 3-0 lead that they garnered in the 6th inning. And the Yankees got 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. 46 come from behind wins, 20 in their final at bat. But they weren't having to do it against Mariano Rivera. Strike 1 to Joyner.
On the other side of the coin, the Yankees are 111-1 when leading after postseason. They've only blown, when leading after 8 innings, excuse me. And that includes the postseason.
That one to short. 1 down. Jeter hauls it in. Joyner is retired.
Looked like a cutter in on the hands that broke the bat of Wally Joyner. Watch his pitch move in on him. As he swings, he can't get the good wood on it. Little looper, bat is broken, and Jeter hauled it in. Out number 1.
Rivera 36 of 41 in save opportunities during the regular season. Faces Steve Finley. Strike on the inside corner by Rivera. He has thrown 13 pitches, and 12 of them have been strikes. Finley with just 1 hit, 1 for 11 in the series. Grounded down to first. Easy play. Martinez 2 down. And San Diego's down to their final out. Rivera looking for his 5th postseason save. Continues to be all but untouchable. Yankees looking to go 3-zip in this '98 World Series. And a stunned crowd and a stunned Trevor Hoffman, who gave up that home run to Brosius. Carlos Hernandez will hit for himself. Struck out in his only appearance at the plate. 2 down.
Well, the Padres do have 3 left-handed hitters on the bench, and one of them is a catcher in Greg Myers. Now, why Hernandez is up there hitting while they have Mike Sweeney and John Vanderwall, 2 excellent pinch hitters, and Myers has hit a pinch hit home run this year. Maybe that's why.
Guess he knew.
Yep.
Base hit. Hernandez keeps game 3 alive. Now we'll get the pinch hitter, because Hoffman, the pitcher, is hitting in the number 8 spot, and Sweeney has come out in the on-deck circle for San Diego to come to the plate. We'll also get a pinch runner.
At first base,
Carlos Hernandez will come out after delivering that 2-out single, and John Vanderwall will be the pinch runner. So Vanderwall pinch running at first base, and Mark Sweeney will be the pinch hitter. Down to their final out, they send up the 28-year-old Mark Sweeney. And Sweeney drills it down the line, right field, base hit. Vanderwall going to third, will not be able to score. The Padres 90 feet away from tying this game up.
Here's a base hit by Sweeney. That will chase the runner over to third base, and by using Vanderwall as a pinch runner, he's not available to pinch hit for Sheets, who's a right-handed hitter. Of course, they would have to make all kinds of adjustments if they had tied the game, but you still, I think, got to have a left-handed hitter coming up here to face Mariano Rivera instead of Andy Sheets, who's a backup infielder. So by using Vanderwall as a pinch runner, he's not available to hit. And he's been one of the better pinch hitters in the league the last few years.
If San Diego does not come back to at least tie this game, Bruce Bochy is going to be under enormous criticism, because this decision to run Vanderwall for Hernandez and now leaving Sheets as the hitter is really questionable. 2 on, 2 down. This is a mismatch any way you cut it. This is a Mariano Rivera situation. Sheets is not the quality hitter you want up there in this situation. I'm not It's not demeaning the hitter. This is just a fact. This is not where San Diego wants to be at this point. 2 down in the 9th inning. Strike 2.
Now Rivera jumps way ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. This is usually where he fires that high fastball up high, try and get the hitter to chase it out of the strike zone. It looks good coming up there because it's near your eyes. You look like you see it well, but you can't get up there and get it.
Some can't stand to see here right now. 2 down, 9th inning. Yankees up by 1. 0-2 delivery up high. Looks like he took something off that pitch.
Might have been a slider.
Nail-biting time in San Diego. Remember, Sheets was a role player, didn't get a lot of at-bats during the season. 1-2 delivery. Sheets fights it off. Ball and 2 strikes on Andy Sheets. First and third, 2 down. Rivera. And Sheets is gone, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead in the 1998 World Series. The high fastball chased by Andy Sheets, and Rivera continues all but untouchable. The Padres, no runs, 2 hits, leave runners at first and third. And New York will have a chance to wrap it up tomorrow.
There is the man of the hour. Well, maybe not here in San Diego, but certainly in New York City. Scott Brosius with a couple of home runs, and dejected Steve Finley and Greg Vaughn, just all they can do is look on.
Scott Brosius on the verge perhaps of becoming the MVP of this World Series, and the San Diego Padres on the verge of being swept. And the Yankees come away with a 5-4 win and take the series lead 3-0. And this battle of the bullpens continues to go to the New York Yankees. Yankees with a chance to wrap it up here in San Diego tomorrow. We'll be here 8 o'clock Eastern Time, midnight Greenwich Mean Time. Andy Pettitte scheduled to make the start against Kevin Brown in Game 4. Our final here, the Yankees 5, San Diego Padres 4. Not only a loss, but a back-breaking loss for over 65,000 after they started with defensive plays like this and that by Finley. Looked like it was going to be their night. David Cone was mowing them down. So was Sterling Hitchcock, the San Diego starter. Nothing happened scoring-wise through 5 1/2. Their hero, Tony Gwynn, would deliver a big blow in the 6th inning when the Padres garnered their 3 runs. But it wasn't going to be enough. Trevor Hoffman on. Scott Brosius with a huge 3-run homer that won this game. For Julie Croto, Ken Singleton, I'm Gary Thorne. Good Lord willing, we'll be back here tomorrow night.